You're not inconsistent. You're making content too hard. And that's exactly why you keep not posting. I'll break this into 4 parts. Third is where most people get this wrong. Fix that and things get easier fast. Most people think they lack discipline. They don't. I see this all the time. You sit down to post, you overthink it, you rewrite it, you question it, and then you don't post at all. That's not inconsistency, that's friction. Friction is the reason why most people don't post. It's not discipline. And that's why most people never build any momentum. Watch this.
So the first time is always going to be very scary because I did start off in October, but I was told by many people to actually start, my personal channel or, start podcasting as well. And I also thought, that I should have something of my own. But I was procrastinating for, I guess, 3 months. So it took me 3 months to actually start my first podcast episode in October. So the first time is always going to be, you're always going to overthink, you're always going to be scared, but you have to at least take a step.
You're trying to get it right even before you start. Be smart, be unique, be perfect, be valuable. So every post feels heavy. And when things feel heavy, you avoid it completely. Listen to this.
But my genuine advice to people who are wanting to do LinkedIn is to win on the platform, just go a little bit harder than other people and do it for longer than anybody can be able to do it. That is how you win. And that ultimately is also how you win in business. Just do a little bit better than everybody else and do it for longer than anybody can be able to do it. It's not about being the best. It's just about being the person who commits for the longest, because over time you start to perfect and you start to finesse your messaging and you start to realize there's certain styles of content that work really well.
People try to fix this with discipline. More effort, more pressure. That doesn't work. The process still feels heavy. This is what fixes it. Low friction system. You're making too many decisions every time you post. What to say, how to say it, what format to use. So decide once. 3 topics, 2 formats, 1 audience. Now just execute. Watch this.
So I've been a content writer, a ghostwriter, and just a marketing strategist for years. And I was like, I think I have a lot of disposable skills here that I can utilize within building a personal brand for myself. And then eventually, once I figure out how these platforms work and what frameworks there are that I can apply to me, I can apply those same ones to help other people grow. And in that, I can create a self-employed system for myself wherein I'm working with a handful of clients. And I just figured that that was something that I felt more inclined to do than move into another 9-to-5 role straight away. But then I also didn't want to take a huge leap, like I'm going to quit my job and then figure it out. So I thought, why not let me start building on LinkedIn while I still have this 9-to-5? So I spent 6 months of 2025, which was from July to December, building my own personal brand. Within that time, I got to ranking top 2% globally. My brand started attracting inbound clients and opportunities.
The hardest part is starting. So stop waiting for it to feel right. Start badly. Write something simple, fix it later. Momentum creates clarity. Listen to this.
So I was like, what do I do? I've got no money and loads of time. I thought, well, why not use the writing and do it for other businesses as well in the evening and just see how it goes. If it doesn't work, at least I'm not bored. If it does work, great. I'm still not bored and I've made a bit of extra money. And that is what snowballed into me then coming onto LinkedIn. Then as I was doing that, I started to realize actually it's more than just the writing. I can still, and I always will, love the writing and being a writer and creating the content. But doing that for people, I was like, actually, there's more to it. They need to learn how to create offers, how to have the communications, how to, write in a DMs, how to communicate on a call, And that's what spiraled into this business solopreneurship area that I'm in now.
This is where most people mess it up. They start from nothing every time. Instead, collect ideas, notes, thoughts, lines. Now you're building, not forcing. You don't need new ideas every time. You just need better expression, clear idea, clear message. That's how you grow. Watch this.
I mean, sales is always uncomfortable. You never know what curveball will the prospect throw at you. Email me in 3 months. I'm not interested. I'm in the meeting. And how do you deal with all of those things? So I completely get those people, because it's very stressful at times, because obviously you're trying to do your best, but sometimes things are not happening and outside of your control, and you end up stressing out about the quota. So you have your numbers that you have to hit for a company to keep moving forward, and if you're not hitting that, it's very stressful.
Do this today. Pick 3 topics and write 1 messy post. Post it. That's it. Consistency isn't about trying harder. It's about making content easier to repeat. Friction is the real reason why you're inconsistent. If you want to make content easier and actually show up, subscribe. There's much more coming.